Cards of Cannabis, Season 2, Episode 3. Let's go. Today, we got a good bud review, and we got a cool card review. And I'm excited for both. And I want to get right into it, starting with our bud of the day. The bud of the day, the strand, Jokerz. We go on Leafly here, and as you'll see when you type in, that's Joker with a Z, okay? It's got a rating of 4.2. That's 4 stars out of a total of 5. It's a hybrid by nature. THC production at 22%. And we got a CBG rating of 1% for all of you who are into the medicinal aspects of cannabis. So let's go, man. Supposedly here, the strain highlights feelings of focus, being relaxed and euphoric. The negatives are anxious. So I guess that wouldn't be counterintuitive to the positives, which said relaxed. Then it says dry mouth and paranoid. No bueno. About to find out though. Let's go. And it helps with depression, anxiety, and insomnia. I don't know. Calming effects under 50%. And then THC levels leaning toward the upper levels. And there's a whole bunch of other different stats here in history. But needless to say, Jokerz took first place in the 2022 Leaf Bowl in Oregon. So it's got some accolades to it too. And let's see how she tastes. If she's tasty in the bowl. Not bad. Not bad, Joker. Not bad at all. Today's episode is brought to you by Perfect Blast, your source for infused purified water. Check them out. You can get them on the gram. Also brought to you by KatieBell.fit. She has a new home catalog with some great products. Organic by design, environmentally friendly, best products that you could use. eFit.space, your source for excess energy drinks. Check them out. No sugar, no carbs, 10 calories, all the energy you need, and none of the crash. All right? Now, to the highlight, the card of the day, the player of the day. This guy has been the talk of the town for 2 years. The last time I heard riffraff and hoopla like this was back in 2002 with a guy that was coming out of Cleveland, Ohio. And his name was LeBron James. And this guy was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan. Well, after Kobe Bryant, who is the second greatest player in the history of the NBA, behind Michael Jordan, LeBron James is what I would have to say lived up to his hype. He's got the all-time leader in points by a landslide. I don't think that record will ever be broken in my day. And he's got 4 championships. Which obviously is not an easy feat. Not too many people who have made it to the ranks of the NBA can say that they've gone past the 3 championship level, let alone 4, 5, 6, and beyond. And outside of that, the only person that possibly is going to have an argument to say that they did more for the NBA in their tenure than LeBron James, I believe would be Steph Curry. Until 2023, because all of a sudden we were getting reports of this UFO, this alien beast. Oh man, you hear he's a high schooler, he's 7'7". You know, you hear these things, oh man, he could shoot, he could drive, he could dribble. I don't know. But to venture to say that Victor Wembanyama didn't make himself felt that rookie year, I think it was the greatest rookie season since Shaquille O'Neal, who, for me personally, is in the top 10 greatest players of all time in the NBA. But the card of highlight, to me, is what I personally consider to be his true rookie card. The first card printed of Victor Wembanyama on his draft day is the Topps Now draft day Victor Wembanyama. And that is numbered D1. Okay? Now, what's unique about this copy here is this is a Beckett Black Label. Okay, so not only is this a 10, scoring in all 4 of the categories, and Beckett is pretty cool in the fact that they put out those 4 stats, because when you get a PSA 9, you're like, what missed? Like, I eyed this bear up, left and right, up and down, microscope in it, this, that, and the fourth. And it's like, I got a 9. I knew I had a 10. And it's like, now with PSA, it's like, just hope we get an 8 and bring it on back. You know what I mean? But this Victor Wembanyama, this Black Label Beckett, when you go and look at print runs of cards, I believe Victor Wembanyama may at this point be the most overprinted player in a rookie season ever. And needless to say, I mean, as you're looking at the growth of the industry that we're in, that production rate was probably adequate based upon the metrics of people purchasing. Now, understand markets ebb and flow, up and down, up and down. So needless to say, they're going to be worthless. That's only if card trading goes to 0. Okay? The only way you go to absolute 0 is if the show's over. The doors are closed, the industry's been shut down, regulation has stepped in, and there's no way for you to find a medium exchange for cardboard with people's faces on it. But for some odd reason, all of America gets all up in arms and gets up every day at the butt crack of dawn and goes to work, and they're chasing a piece of paper with a guy's picture on it. You see what I'm saying? See, understand it's a store of value, okay? And to be honest, long-term investments, like the OGs behind me there, you would not argue that any investment with their name on it that's desirable, that is low in availability, meaning, I could get a Larry Bird autograph anywhere. All right, you go get his autograph. You got to find Buddy first, So needless to say, it's like, and then you got to convince him to sign an autograph for you. I watched Michael Jordan, no, to them kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know if he's having a good day, a bad day. It's not that easy, gang. And that only comes to a realization usually when people pass on to the next life. So, like, I have to venture to say that Victor Wembanyama is a good investment at this point. Now, he would be what we would call, in a sense, maybe an emerging market. Or maybe you would have speculation, like, right now he's got a bunch of statistical accolades under his belt in terms of the timing of which he achieved those accolades in the rookie season. And he has no championships yet, no all-star appearances. We'll see this year if he gets most improved player. There's a lot of gears you have to go through. That's why I was on the Ja Morant train, because Ja was doing everything systematically. Now, Ja's road bump he hit, by the grace of God, it's not a potential career-ending injury. It's more of a, you got to change how you think, because understand that you are a big investment, and the powers to be are going to protect their investment, or they're going to make your life difficult. Needless to say, you accept that amount of money, bro. You don't understand. It's not like you could just, like what Ben Simmons is doing. What if you go back in the day, if y'all OGs remember Albert Hainsworth? That ain't happening anymore. You ain't just getting $93 million and not showing up to training camp and expect the ownership of the company to be chill with that. There is all sorts of contingencies when you take that amount of money. But I'd have to say right now, Victor is living up to it, because last night he recorded his first 50-point game. To me, that's a big deal. And he did it in his second year. That's a rare club. And if you guys remember back in the day, I believe it was 1992 Topps Basketball, they put out a list of players that scored 50 points. The funny part is all the players that got those cards printed, they were all names you knew. They were all cornerstone staples in the cities that they came from. Like I remember Akeem Olajuwon had one. Obviously, MJ had them. I even think Charles Barkley may have had one. I don't know. I got a sheet of them over there somewhere. And but needless to say, the guy's hitting benchmarks. Now, granted, the team didn't get out maybe and is tearing up the West like maybe we thought they would with bringing in CP3. But I would venture to say that by year 5 for Victor Wembanyama, with what I do know that the San Antonio Spurs have the ability to do with the amount of draft picks they have. They're going to be a problem in 5 years. Mark my word on that one. And needless to say, that's a lot going into me investing in a product that only has, I believe, the last time I checked, 95 or 96 copies of this card. This is a very low print. There may be more that surfaced, but I doubt that the black label at this point on this card will go and exceed more than maybe 5 or 10 more copies. Just referencing the amount of cards of this card that were graded by PSA, the amount of cards that were graded by Beckett, and then the amount of cards that were graded by SGC. I think at this point now, and where the industry's at, pretty much every card that was going to get graded of this copy got graded, that people thought would score a perfect 10, let alone a black label. It's a great investment. I would have to say they're ventured to be relatively low. I don't even know. I look back at black labels and print runs. Like, I think the person that had the most legitimate black label rookie cards that you would say, okay, that's his rookie card, I think it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I mean, we're going back a hot minute. But when you look at like Luka's rookie cards, how many BGS black labels? Not as many. I mean, very low population of guys that get the black label on the rookie card. So I think I saw a LeBron James. I don't know if it was a Topps or a Topps Chrome or if it was a refractor, but I saw that card go for 20 plus. And I would venture to say LeBron's first year that card may have been relatively pacing about the same, somewhere between a $700 to $900 value. I don't know if the black labels have cracked a G yet. I would probably venture to say no, especially with the market conditions being in the fact that we're in a transitionary period between administrations. The last administration destroyed the value of the dollar. I think politics. That's why I don't talk about it. You can debate me on that another day. But I went to the grocery store the other day and still got less. You know what I mean? It's a great weight loss program. I got to say, the Biden administration, kudos to you. From all the Mandalorians and above, yes, sir, you gave us a very good diet. I lost 21 pounds and it has stayed off for the past 3.5 plus years. So, salud. That's uninfused and it's coffee and it tastes really good because I even used eggnog to sweeten it up. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama, man, I mean, the fact that he's that tall and has that low amount of impact. Listen, as a Ja Morant fan, there's one concern Ja Morant fans had. This dude's best shot is taken off from the foul line and tomahawking it in somebody's face. And as much as we'd love to see Ja poster people, I think he pretty much had a goal where he said he was going to get everybody. I hope he did. Because when you're sub 6'5", you got to figure coming down, that impact on the knee joints is going to wear and tear over time. And we're looking for guys now that have longevity. LeBron, Steph, these dudes is 20 years, closing 20 years. CP3 closing 20 years. Still effective. Still flat. Look, LeBron scored over 40 the other day. Like, don't sleep on these OGs, bro. These guys, it's a new era. Sports nutrition, supplementation. You check us out at Ava Grace 1 and check out the supplements that you could take. You could keep yourself relevant. If you're a weekend warrior for a lot longer than you thought. You saw your daddy hang up the cleats at 40. He said it's over the hill. Now dudes is in their 50s and 60s at the gym making these young bloods look like they should be getting steroids or something. You know what I mean? If you're willing to invest, you're going to have longevity. These teams have invested in these players. They're going to have longevity on these investments. And I believe that Victor Wembanyama is a great investment. And if you have the ability to get a black label, it might be in your best interest today in 2024 so you don't live with regret in 2030. You know what I mean? When they born in them chips. Cards and cannabis. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.